There will come moments in life when everything seems to collapse at once, when people you trusted turn away, when your plans crumble, and when the weight of the world feels too heavy to carry. But the Stoics understood that real strength does not come from avoiding hardship, but from facing it with calm dignity. They believed that life will always be uncertain, and the only true power you possess is over your own mind. The first lesson of Stoicism is radical acceptance, to meet reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Every time you resist what's already happened, you multiply your suffering, once from the event itself and again from your refusal to accept it. When you learn to embrace reality, you stop fighting against life and begin to move with its flow. Acceptance is not surrender. It is the highest form of wisdom." The second lesson is to master your emotions before they master you. Most people are ruled by anger, envy, or fear, allowing fleeting feelings to dictate their choices. But the Stoic knows that emotions are simply opinions dressed in intensity. When you pause before reacting, you reclaim your inner authority. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters." When insulted, betrayed, or disappointed, remember that your peace depends on your response, not their behavior. If you can remain calm in the middle of chaos, you've already conquered the hardest battle. The third Stoic principle is to focus only on what you can control. Imagine how much energy is wasted on worrying about the past, fearing the future, or obsessing over others' opinions. The Stoics practiced what they called the dichotomy of control, separating what belongs to you from what does not. If something lies beyond your control, the weather, traffic, someone else's choices, release it immediately. But if something depends on you, your thoughts, your actions, your integrity, then give it your full attention. True peace begins when you stop trying to command the uncontrollable and start mastering yourself. The fourth lesson is to turn obstacles into opportunities. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every setback is a silent teacher, every challenge, a hidden lesson. What blocks your path is not your enemy, but your trainer. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this here to teach me?" Pain becomes power when viewed through the Stoic lens. The obstacle is not the end of your journey, it is the very road that leads you forward. The fifth lesson is to practice voluntary discomfort. In an age addicted to convenience, the Stoics deliberately trained their minds by stepping into discomfort, fasting, taking cold baths, sleeping on the ground, not to suffer, but to strengthen the spirit. Seneca advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and say to yourself, 'Is this what I feared?' When you learn to live with less, you strip fear of its power. Comfort breeds weakness. Discomfort breeds freedom." The sixth lesson is to detach from external validation. The modern world worships approval, the likes, the applause, the attention of strangers. But the Stoic finds worth within, not in the gaze of others. Marcus Aurelius observed, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. The unbreakable person does not perform for recognition. They act out of principle, not publicity. To live freely is to stop needing permission from anyone but your conscience." Finally, the seventh lesson, memento mori. Remember that you will die. The Stoics meditated on mortality not to be grim, but to awaken gratitude. When you remember that life is temporary, every breath becomes sacred. The sunrise, a friend's laughter, the chance to improve. These moments gain infinite value because they will not last forever. Death is not the enemy, it is the reminder that time is precious. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. To remember death is to truly live, with urgency, with purpose, and without fear." These 7 Stoic truths are not mere philosophy, they are a map for living. Acceptance brings peace. Emotional control builds clarity. Focusing on what you can control gives direction. Turning obstacles into opportunities forges resilience. Voluntary discomfort cultivates strength. Detachment from validation creates freedom. And remembering death infuses every moment with meaning. Together, they form an armor that no loss, rejection, or failure can pierce. Life will continue to test you. People will disappoint you. Plans will fall apart. But when your power comes from within, nothing outside can break you. The Stoics believed that the highest good is to live in harmony harmony with nature, to meet life as it is, to act with virtue, and to stay composed no matter the storm. So train your mind every day. When chaos rises, stand firm. When others provoke you, remain still. When failure strikes, breathe deeply and move forward. That is how you become unshakable, not by running from pain, but by walking through it with discipline, courage, and grace. The unbreakable person does not live without struggle. They live above it. They understand that peace is not the absence of difficulty, but the mastery of self. Remember always, the more you govern your mind, the less the world can govern you.